Well, once again, it's the brother Kalab here to the Spirit to bring out a video. But before I get started, I want to give all honor and glory to my power, which is Yahweh, Ka'Allah, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakadash. And just through the Spirit, I wanted to bring out something. And there's all kinds of things going on right now in the world. It's hard to miss all these things. You have upwards of the people in China. You have record high inflation, and not to mention one of the key things that I haven't really touched on, which I wanted to, but we're seeing a lot of climate change, a lot of climate insecurities, a lot of drought, a lot of things happening in regards to the weather. So I found this article. It's from today. So I don't know Yahweh, but Shai give me utterance to speak on these things in the Spirit. I got this video from Scientific America. It says U.S. embassies face growing risk from climate change, government watchdog says. It says a total of 32 U.S. embassies, including some of the most strategic, ranked in the highest category for climate disaster risk, according to a report by the Government Accountability Office dated December 1st. So let me erase this ad here. It says State Department personnel working at the embassies and consulates around the world face heightening safety and security risks from climate disasters, particularly in countries ravaged by storms, heat, and drought, say watchdogs. Investigators with the Government Accountability Office found that the risk to diplomatic assets is rising at many of the State's Department. Nearly 300 posts in 180 countries. More than half of the highest risk facilities are in East Asia and the Pacific, according to the state. And increased numbers and severity of natural hazards due to climate change heightens the risk of damage to overseas location posts and real estate properties assets, including the office buildings, support facilities, and staff residencies that compromise these posts. So these government facilities, they're worried about their assets, but they should be worried about their lives, because the scriptures tell us once we see these things. And I wanted to speak in the Spirit as well, because I'm working in the construction industry, and we are, Esau's got us. We're doing a lot of solar. And for me, and then they said articles in regards just for energy savings and to help out the environment, right? These greenhouse gas, all these pollutions that, going solar is away. But to my belief is because all this wickedness is being expounded, and Esau's, he wants to build this infrastructure because these solars, they produce energy. So this solars, through the Spirit, right? Speaking as a man, they're going to use this to power up their infrastructure. It's going to be, all this towers, all this, when they try to track us, but I don't want Ratazah shaking up things to the Spirit in regards to the climate, because he sees, wickedness has polluted the earth. He sees the intention of Esau. This is beautiful that Yahweh is giving me this, because it covers everything in regards to prophecy. The tempest, the infrastructure for the MOTB, Yahweh Shah bringing judgment. It's all an umbrella in regards to making these prophecies come to pass. So through the Spirit, I have, we're seeing also the weather, right? It's a very big thing. Isaiah chapter 29:6 says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and earthquakes and great noise, with storm and tempest." It says, "and flame of devouring fires." I don't want this all through the Spirit. Also working in the construction industry. I work in the AC industry, and that, those ACs, those refrigerants, they cause a lot of pollution. And I see a lot of stuff in regards to things that in regards to all this Esau building, right? Let's just say per se like that, it causes these pollutions, but it's just things that have to happen to the Spirit, that the earth, it's weakened under this rulership. Esau's wicked. Him bringing forth his infrastructure is also causing damage to the earth, and also it's all out wickedness, and Yahweh Shemshah has to shake things up. To the Spirit, I have to go back because I see these jakes coming back to work. But I'm going to try to grab a couple more scriptures before I go. It says Luke chapter 21 and 25 says, and there shall be signs in heaven and in the moon and in all the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing for fear, looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. It says, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud of power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Right? So we see all these things happening, and we can only assume that they're happening because Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make his grand entrance, and he's getting ready to bring this, bring all the prophecies come to pass with the destruction of Babylon the Great. That's at hand. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and 1 says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of these signs pass, which I have told thee before. So I'm going to just grab 2. It says, then shalt thou understand, as it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when he shall see earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, exactly what we're seeing. We have China going at, China's up in an uproar for these COVID lockdowns. You've seen the just weather, all out weather disorder, tempest. I believe it was like a more storms over there on the East Coast, So you're seeing all these prophecies, and Yahweh Shemashah shaking things up to the spirit, and also you see this Esau Edom on an on-scale rush to bring his infrastructure, right? So these are all things that are happening at hand. Luke chapter 12 and 56 says, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you cannot discern the time? And then you have people that just completely not putting 2 and 2 together, that all these perils upon the earth are because of the impending destruction of Yahweh, because wickedness has polluted the earth. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 16 says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall happen to be done hereafter. And just one more through the spirit before I gotta run. It says, Salakia. I just want to grab it before these rats fucking, I gotta deal with my with Jake. It's a Jake's, what do they call them? Sambos. Anyways, check this out. Yahweh Shemashah is bringing all these plagues because wickedness has exceeding. Let's see if I could just get it like that. Yeah. To the spirit, right? 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 6 says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. A couple more. It says, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those sins which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continuously. And that's us. We're fed up with this war. We're crying to Yahweh Shai that he expedite the destruction upon Babylon the Great, and that's what's going to happen. It says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among men. The innocent are the elect. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues, as I had done before, and I will destroy all thereof. One more says to the spirit, says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it, this infrastructure of Babylon the Great, of it shall be smitten with plagues and punished, that Yahweh shall bring upon it. Hey, right there to the spirit, I'm going to end it, but the Wadi Yahweh Shai, I give all honor and glory to my power, which is Yahweh, call Allah, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakadash, Allah, Yahweh Shai, just destroy this place, ASAP, Shalom.